Mukhriz Mahathir has hit out at Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim with pointed questions in defense of his father. Meanwhile, Umno's Puad Zarkashi told PAS to emulate SIS Forum Malaysia and drop Islam from its name. Anwar has revealed that Trump is set to announce new tariffs for Malaysia tomorrow. Stay tuned for all this and more. Pejuang President Mukhriz Mahathir has slammed Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim for repeatedly calling his father, Dr. Mahathir Mohamad, corrupt. Mukhriz posted a series of questions to challenge the accusations. He rewound to 2016, when Anwar and Mahathir reunited after decades of rivalry to go against former Premier Najib Abdul Razak. He recalled the moment they shook hands in court and asked if Anwar rejected Mahathir back then because he was corrupt. His answer, no. Mukhriz also pointed out that Pakatan Harapan did not reject Mahathir when he brought Bersatu into the coalition and even named him as their Prime Minister candidate in GE14. He added that Anwar never raised any corruption claims at that time when Mahathir led the government, appointed cabinet members, and signed a letter seeking Anwar's royal pardon. He also noted that Anwar accepted Mahathir and Daim Zainuddin's support in the 2018 Port Dickson by-election. Mukhriz said that Anwar has hurled corruption accusations against Mahathir since 1998, but never produced evidence. According to him, Anwar is not interested in facts but optics. He said that it was just diversion tactics to shift attention from the real issue, which was the declining state of the economy, and the people don't believe Anwar anymore, so he should step down. Umno Supreme Council member Puad Zarkashi has called on PAS to emulate SIS Forum Malaysia and remove Islam from their party name. In a post on Facebook, he said dropping Islam from their name won't change their objectives, and it is just to avoid any confusion. Earlier today, SIS Forum Malaysia Executive Director Rosana Issa said the group would drop Islam from its name and go by its registered name. This came after Selangor ruler Sultan Sharafuddin Idris Shah urged them to do so. The Selangor Sultan's advice came on June 19th after the federal court ruled that the Selangor religious authorities were wrong to issue a fatwa declaring SIS as deviant and contrary to Islamic teachings. However, part of the fatwa was upheld with a court ruling that it was within the Selangor religious authorities' purview to issue the fatwa declaring any individual who subscribed to liberalism and religious pluralism as deviant and contrary to Islamic teachings. Following this, Sultan Sharafuddin expressed disappointment and regret over part of the federal court's ruling and urged the NGO to stop using Sisters in Islam in its publications. Sultan Sharafuddin said that the misuse of the word Islam in the name and publications of the group could cause confusion among the Muslim community. SIS Forum Malaysia had made the announcement on their name change earlier today. The decision was made following an extraordinary general meeting held on July 11th. In a statement, its executive director, Rosana Issa, said it hopes this puts an end to the long-standing contention over its name and allows them to go forward in good faith with all parties. Rosana explained that Sisters in Islam was initially used as the group's pen name to reflect its role as an organization that advocates for justice and equality for Muslim women in Malaysia. She said for far too long, SIS's work has been misinterpreted and misunderstood by some quarters, adding they are not challenging Islam but seeking better protection for Muslim women under the law. Despite the changes, Rosana said her team remains steadfast in their commitment to advocating for gender equality and justice in Islamic family law. Back to Puad, the Umno leader also weighed in on MIC earlier today, questioning why the party didn't walk away if it truly believed it had been misled over a promised cabinet seat. This was in response to MIC Deputy President M. Saravanan's recent comments to Utusan Malaysia. Saravanan had claimed that the party had been deceived into agreeing to support a coalition government under Anwar Ibrahim's leadership. He reportedly said that MIC was told by BN chairperson Ahmad Zahid Hamidi that they would be given a seat in Anwar's cabinet if the party backed the PKR president. In a post on Facebook, Puad questioned if MIC knew that it had been deceived. Why didn't it leave then? He claimed this showed that Saravanan was merely issuing a threat. According to Puad, MIC was afraid to lose what they already have, and he warned that such threats carry no weight when one has weak bargaining power. He added that MIC does not have enough strength with only the Tapa seat and would be better off remaining in BN. Meanwhile, in a comment on Puad's post, Saravanan pointed out that 4 days had passed since the interview was published and that Zahid himself had already responded to the matter. He also highlighted Umno's standing among Malays, noting that PN had swept all Malay majority seats. Saravanan further warned Puad of the potential consequences to Umno if MIC and MCA were to exit BN, despite their small number of seats. Perikatan National Chairperson Muhyiddin Yassin has called on the police to stop using draconian laws. He said this in response to authorities investigating protesters at last Saturday's Turun Anwar rally for alleged offences, including under the Sedition Act 1948. In a video posted on Facebook, Muhyiddin said they shouldn't use laws that are viewed as cruel and draconian.
Jadi bagi saya minta menuntut supaya pihak polis jangan terikut-ikut. Jadi bagi saya sepatutnya dihentikan. Dan bukan setakat yang ini, tapi ke hadapan. Jangan guna lagi akta seperti ini yang dianggap zalim, draconian. Dan kalau ada apa-apa perkara, mungkin boleh diberikan nasihat, pandangan, supaya pihak yang terlibat itu tidaklah diambil tindakan-tindakan yang membawa mudarat bukan saja kepada individu, tapi kepada sistem perundangan negara kita.
Muhyiddin also took aim at Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim, accusing him of breaking promises to abolish draconian laws like the Sedition Act. He said the government had pledged to scrap the Sedition Act, but is now using it instead. Police had arrested several people following the protest, including Bersatu Division Chief Bajrul Hisham Shaharin, Perak Bersatu Youth Organizing Secretary Furkan Hakimi, and Bersatu member Shafiq Aziz. Inspector General of Police Khalid Ismail said the police are investigating an incident during the rally where several individuals were seen caning an effigy resembling Anwar. The case is being investigated under Section 4(1) of the Sedition Act, Section 504 of the Penal Code, Section 233 of the Communications and Multimedia Act 1998, and Section 14 of the Minor Offences Act 1955. If you like the stories we produce, consider supporting us by subscribing to Malaysia Kini. Click the link in the description below or scan the QR code on your screen to subscribe. US President Donald Trump will announce new tariffs for Malaysia tomorrow. This is according to Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim. Anwar told the Dewan Rakyat today that this followed a conversation with Trump at 6 a.m. today.
Selain itu, kami turut membincangkan soal tarif atas semangat dan prinsip perdagangan bebas. Juga mengenai pelbagai siri rundingan yang digerakkan oleh MITI bersama dengan pihak United States Trade Representative dan juga Setiausaha Perdagangan Amerika Syarikat. Setelah perbincangan itu berlaku dan beberapa penjelasan yang saya sampaikan, beliau memutuskan untuk menangguh pengumuman keesokannya. Dan kadar tarif akan diumumkan esok dan kita doa insya-Allah ia akan membantu dan tidak membebankan ekonomi negara kita.
On July 8th, the US announced a blanket 25% tariff on all Malaysian products, which would be separate from existing sectoral tariffs. This was 1% higher than the rates announced in April. Commenting on the rates, Investment, Trade and Industry Minister Tengku Zafrul Abdul Aziz admitted that tariff negotiations with the US are complex and require certain sacrifices. Yesterday, Reuters reported Trump as saying that he wouldn't extend the tariff deadline, which hits tomorrow. Yesterday, it was reported that a Form 1 student who was caught on video punching his teacher has pleaded guilty to causing injury at the Kajang Magistrates Court. The 14-year-old was charged under Section 323 of the Penal Code for voluntarily causing hurt, an offence that carries a maximum sentence of 1 year in prison, a fine of up to 2,000 ringgit or both. The court had set September 11 for sentencing, pending a character report from the Social Welfare Department. Following the incident, we asked viewers whether they thought the student should be punished. Here are the results. 75% agreed with punishment, saying that violent behavior must be dealt with firmly. 13% thought that guidance and counseling would be more appropriate given his age. Meanwhile, 11% said that they needed to investigate and get the full picture before passing judgment. Several voters shared that strict action must be taken so that it can serve as a lesson to others as well as the student involved. Some even called for him to be expelled from the school. What are your thoughts on this? Join the discussion and share your views in the comments section below. That is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, X, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. I'm Camelia. Thanks for watching.